Precious Spirit, we are gathered here today in like heart and in like mind to celebrate you. Celebrate you as you move in, as and through us in this world. We are here gathered in gratitude for your grace, for your countenance, for your guidance in all things, knowing that through you all things are truly possible. We gather in celebration of the life that you have brought us and the life that we bring into the world. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God, for this time together, for this sanctuary in which we gather. Amen. Now I sit.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Mother's Day. So a little treat for all of you this morning will accompany the song. Hit it, Hector. All right. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love over the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy over the mountains, and it returns to me. I send my power over the mountains. I send my power over the sea. I send my power over the mountains, and it returns to me. I send peace over the mountains. I send peace over the sea. I send peace over the mountains, and it returns to me. Send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love over the mountains, and it returns to me. And it returns to me.
And let's join together in our vision statement as we all say, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. In our mission statement together, in loving community, we nurture and inspire spiritual growth by modeling and teaching universal spiritual principles. And our values, loving, diverse, prayerful, transformational, abundant, joyful, and empowering. Let's join together in our statement of being as we all say, God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect
Morning, everyone. Happy Mother's Day.
Why should I feel discouraged? Why should the shadows come? Why should my heart feel lonely and long for heaven when Jesus is my portion, a constant friend is He. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. Let not your heart be troubled. His tender word I hear, and resting on His goodness, I lose my doubts and fear. Though by the path He leadeth, but one step I may see. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. I sing because I'm happy. I sing because I'm free. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me. His eye is on the sparrow, and I know He watches me.
Thank you, Tony Brown, for that wonderful song. Good morning, everyone. My name is Gail Grossman, and I am going to be your platform assistant today. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Unity. Happy Mother's Day. I would like every woman in the room to stand up, please. Every woman to stand up. You are all mothers, whether you are mothers to a human child, a canine child, an equine child, a feline child, an aunt. Everyone in the room is a mother. So let's give all our mothers. So glad to honor all of you to church on Mother's Day. We're so happy to have you. And we have a guest minister here, which is David Florence. David hails from Gulfport, Florida, and he also lived in Gulfport, Mississippi, so you talk about confusing. And David he's our guest minister. He's been an ordained Unity minister since 1995 and served churches all over the United States. So welcome, David. We're happy to have you. Unity Spiritual Center is our spiritual home where we know, serve, and love God through prayer and meditation, our Sunday celebrations, and our classes. We appreciate the talents of our music team, Donna Frayley, Tony Brown, and Hector Galicido. Now please stand and join us for the Joy Song. The words will be on your screen.
All right. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road, heaven right now, singing. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of love right now, singing. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of joy right now, singing. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of peace right now, singing. I'm choosing peace today.
Thank you, Donna. If this is your first time to Unity, welcome. We're glad you're here, and we appreciate you wearing your name tag so that we may get to know you. If you would like a guest packet, which is here, please stop by our welcome desk, which is outside, and someone will give you a welcome packet. Please join us in the sanctuary after church. We have refreshments and food, so please join us here. Our Welcome Care volunteers are happy to answer any questions that you might have. You're never alone on the road of life, and you're not alone here. There'll be more time to greet people after the service, but this is our time for greeting one another. And as I said, we have refreshments and food in the community room, which is right across the lobby. We are a hugging community. This means vitamin H for hugging. So we like to hug one another. If you don't like to hug, just extend your hand and someone will shake your hand. So right now when I say 1, 2, 3, go, in just a second, you're going to get up, you're going to run around the room, you're going to hug everybody, and then after a couple of minutes you'll either hear Hector or me and you'll hear music and come back and take your seats. 1, 2, 3, go! John Booth will give us a financial report, and then our prayer chaplain, Sandy Baker, will read the daily word and the spiritual power of the Bible. John Booth.
Good morning. This is the time of the month that I every second Sunday, get to talk about financials, but I don't talk about income and expenses. I talk about normally the PSH funds. You remember, that's the Permanent Spiritual Home Fund. That was the fund that initiated the giving that got us here, that manifested this place. Well, since we've been here, I've called it the Building Fund. And, you know, that's kind of an orthodox name. So we have a new name now for that chart back there that I'm going to update you on. It's called the Dome Fund. Now, the instigator of this is Susan Parcell Armagost. And okay, now I have to be careful because I have to tell you what DOME means. It stands for D, dedicated, O, opportunities, M, for maintenance, and E, for enhancements. So, and Susan Parcell Armagost is going to be our DOME Team Fund leader. No, Jim Hall is a co-chair. Okay, now, a good question was asked at our last community meeting by Dan Wood, and that is, what exactly do these dollars mean that I talked about? And so, these are dollars that were started when we developed the commitment journey. And the source of these monies come from three places. They come from people that have made commitments, which is a 3-year period of time, annually making their giving effort. They also come from fundraisers, and Dee Babel is our chief fundraiser, and that's a significant source of funding for the DOME Fund. And lastly, but not least, are people that give regularly to the DOME Fund through the either writing a check and saying building fund on it. Now hopefully you'll say DOME, or you use the little envelopes that have a building fund on them. We'll probably have to come up with new envelopes, Susan, because we intend to extend the commitment journey, and Susan will be heading that up. Okay, now for the facts. So far, the DOME Fund year-to-date has received, taken in, $27,800. Now, this brings the total amount that has been contributed in the last two and a half years to $642,800. And that is... So I've updated that kind of ugly chart back there that we, but it does have important information on, and we've been using it for 2.5 years, but it's probably time for an update. And with that, I'll conclude. Thank you.
Good morning, I'm Sandy Baker, your prayer chaplain for today. And I have to say that Gail was right on when she taught me she had everybody stand up. You don't have to be a biological mother to be honored on Mother's Day. If you've already read the Daily Word, you know that. So the Daily Word today comes from Ephesians 6:2-3. And it says, I bless all mothers in my prayers. Nurturing and caring for another living being is a very sacred activity. Today, I take the opportunity to give thanks for all who have shared unconditional love and acceptance with me. A mother can be anyone who takes on a role of caring for a child, whether that person is a biological or an adoptive parent, another relative, a teacher, or just a friend. The most important aspect of being a mother is to love and care for a child unconditionally. Patience and compassion are mainstays for those expressions of love in action. Just as caring mothers hold loved ones in their arms, so too do I hold them in my prayers. And if you'll say the affirmation with me. I bless all mothers in my prayers. Would all the prayer chaplains on duty today, please stand. They'll have a purple sash on. So if you would like prayer after the service, we have 2 chapels, one on either side here. So come up front and ask one of us for prayer. And we're very happy to do that. So we'll all be stationed up here right after the service. So thank you, chaplains, for being of service today. The spiritual power for the month of May is power. The corresponding color is purple, like you see right here. The center of power is located at the root of the tongue. It is the ability to master, to have dominion and control. It is represented by Mary Magdalene and the disciple Philip. And now we'll bless the prayer box. If you would come up and help me. Let's all bow our heads. Holy Spirit, we all drop into our heart centers where the light begins to emerge from all of us, filling this chapel with light, with energy, with love, with caring and compassion. And with that light, we wrap it around every name in this prayer box. And we pray that every time fear comes up for any one of these people whose names are in here, that they will take a deep breath and remember, I am the light. I am the light. And we see the healing that takes place in whatever form, whether it is physical or mental, or whether it's a thought pattern that needs to be changed. And so every time we think about this prayer box, we take a deep breath and we send light to every person named. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. So it is.
Now it's time for a brief meditation. Is it? Not quite. I'm going to go sit down. Moment of truth.
Hi. Hi. My name is Pam Trefane. I really wasn't planning on doing this, but somehow I got pushed out of my chair again. How truth touched my life was a couple of weeks ago. A few weeks ago, I had a sleep study done, and it was found that I have severe sleep apnea, and I was put on a CPAP. As I struggled the first week, I had a lot of dry mouth, just a number of things, and I thought, no, I know there's a reason for this. I know that I should be getting used to this thing. So I called up my prayer chaplain, who happens to be Norm, and he said, okay, well, we can pray about this, but Pam, have you taken this into the silence? And I thought, no, actually I haven't. So that night, we prayed. I thanked him. That night before I went to bed, I said a prayer and I asked Spirit, okay, because I've been doing all the things and asking different people what I should do, changing the humidity level and things like that on my machine, and I couldn't figure out why wasn't I getting some kind of result. And so I asked Spirit, I said, please, if there's something that I can do with this machine, can you show me? After a couple hours of sleep, I woke up and I heard ramp it down. There's a button on my machine that will push down the air. And I thought, okay, I'll try that because I hadn't done that. And I slept for a couple more hours. And I woke up again and I heard, do it again. So I thought, okay, well, I'll try this. If this is the right thing, just keep waking me up. So I'd sleep for another couple hours. I'd turn over and I'd say, am I still supposed to do this? Yes. So I hit it again. And since I started doing that and let go, I started sleeping better. And now when I know, it's still one of those things that I'll get woken up and I'll hear, ramp it down, and then I go back to sleep. So it's amazing when we ask Spirit to show us, she, he, however you choose to call Spirit, does. Thanks.
Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. I'll be a living sanctuary for you.
As we begin our time of personal prayer and meditation, let's each begin to release and let go. Close your eyes if it is comfortable for you. And begin to focus on your breathing. With every breath, I release any tensions or anxieties that I may have brought with me and may still linger in my mind or in my body. With every breath I release, I let go, and I let God. I release, I let go, and I let God. My breathing brings me into that peaceful place. The place where I may rest in fullness of unconditional love. The place where I may be the truth of who I am. I am light. I am love. I am peace. This is the truth of my being. The truth of me is always at peace. For for that truth, that Christ presence, that God light that is me, knows, is the fullness of all peace. And in this I rest, in full safety, in harmony with all things. As spirit, I sit in peace. As spirit, I rest. As spirit, I sit in peace. As spirit, I rest in truth. We hold these words in our heart and mind for a time of silence. As spirit, I sit in peace. As spirit, I rest in truth. Take a nice cleansing breath. Again. And as we bring our focus back to the breath, we allow our breath to return us to this time and place and sanctuary. We return peaceful. Return knowing that the love, the light, the peace, and the truth of God is here. Moves in me, through me, and as me. I take this out into the world as a blessing. Another nice cleansing breath. We return alive, alert, awake, and enthusiastic to the day and the week before us. Hold it in our heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, God. So it is.
Tana's going to put some words for the refrain, so if you'd like to help join and sing along, I'll let you know. I thought I was going to have drummers, but they...
I am one with the heart of the mother. I am one with the heart of the
Thank you. And that's a hard act to follow.
Oh, geez.
I mean, how do you follow that? I am one. Affirming oneness with God and the heart of the mother and the heart of the father and the heart of all things. That's what we're all about at Unity. We're about affirming our oneness with everything and everyone. My title today is Mother Power. I'm going to be speaking a little bit about the power of the month, power, and the special day today, Mother's Day, and some of the significance of both of them. Power. What is power? Beyond the bullet point definitions that we saw, the power of power is the active presence of spirit that is moving and working in and through you. It is, so to speak, the energy of God. God is power. You are powerful. An affirmation would be, God is power, I am powerful. Say that together with me. God is power, I am powerful. Isn't that just a powerful statement? To affirm that? That God is power and I am powerful. You are powerful because you are the avenue of that power into the world. Yeah. That's why you're here. Hello? You're here as an individualized expression of the Christ, which is God, which is spirit. I use God and spirit synonymously, so when you hear me saying spirit, that's what I'm talking about. You are that individualized expression of spirit, and spirit moves in the world through you. You are the power of spirit in this world in expression. It is through power, this energy of spirit, that you create the life you are living. You create it through your faith in that power. Whatever you have your faith in, whatever power you give to, boom, there you go. This power that carries forth your love into the world. This power that carries forth your fear into the world. It is through power that you will create with either one. Spirit is power. You are powerful. Spirit will work as you direct it. It's kind of like the game Mother May I. Remember that? You can ask Spirit, may I have a consciousness based in truth and live a life of gratitude, abundance, and fulfillment? Yes, you may. Or may I have a consciousness based in fear and live a life of suspicion, lack thinking, and animosity? Yes, you may. Spirit is very accommodating in that way. Venture to say there is seldom seen a more powerful being than a mother. Some of her powers are mysterious, like the power of a mother to take a napkin and lick it and wipe the face of her adult child and help it. And have that child just sit there. Mothers also have the power to know the potential for good. They know the potential for good in their children, sometimes when their children aren't showing it at all. A mother knows the potential. A mother knows the spirit of truth in their child. And it's not just a blind motherly love. At some level of presence, it is the love of God expressing. For the love of God experiences no one as less than they are created to be. Let me say that again. The love of God experiences no one for anything less than they are created to be. Many times, it is only a mother that can know that truth for their child. And as Unity students, we know that this is good because as you know the truth for one person, you know the truth for all. Because we are one in the divine idea of humanity. Mother power. Mothers have the power to shape lives. Each of us here are influenced by our mothers in one way or another. It's important to remember that our mothers are the instrument of spirit, bringing to us some of the most important life lessons we have to learn. As you learn from these life lessons, no matter what they are, you are brought into your own power. You are brought into a clear expression of the spiritual being that you are. Every lesson learned brings you into a clear expression of the spiritual being that you are. Charles Fillmore, in his book, The Healing Word, defines motherhood as this: divine motherhood. The brooding, nourishing element of divine mind, or God, in which spiritual ideals are brought to fruition. You are that spiritual ideal. It is the mother aspect of what in Unity we call Father, Mother, God that brings you to fruition. It is Spirit as Divine Mother that knows and nurtures your true potential. It is the love of God that knows what it is that will bring out the strongest and clearest expression of itself. Let me say that again. It is the love of God that knows what it is that will bring out the strongest, clearest expression of itself through you. It is the divine mother love of God that gives you the opportunity to show the world what you are truly made of. And you are made of God stuff. Very cool story about Jesus and his mother in John 2, 1 through 9. This is well, you'll know what it is. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. And Jesus and his disciples had also been invited. You notice Jesus isn't also been invited? So Mary is the primary focus of this piece. Jesus and the guys were also invited. When the wine gave out, the mother of Jesus said to him, "They have no wine." And Jesus said to her, "Woman, what concern is that to you and to me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Do whatever he tells you." Now standing there were 6 stone water jars for the Jewish rites of purification, each holding 20 or 30 gallons. Jesus said to them, "Fill the jars with water." And they filled them up to the brim, and he said to them, "Now draw some out and take it to the chief steward." So they took it. When the steward tasted the water that had become wine, he did not know where it came from, though the servants who had drawn the water knew. Interesting interaction between Mary and Jesus. It shows us that even the Christ is under the direction of the wholeness of spirit. Jesus did not think it was his time. Mary knew it was. Did she ask him? Did she plead with him? Did she beg him? Did she try to explain? I imagine what she did is she gave him the eye. And then she told the servants to do whatever he says. She placed the task before him. She didn't ask. She knew the task that was before him. She knew it was time. That's what happens in our lives. Spirit doesn't ask. When it's time for us to move to a clear expression of Spirit, it's time. And whatever it is that needs to happen, whatever it is we need to do, will be supported, hence the servants preparing the jars. Whatever it is will be supported through the Divine Mother, who provides the instructions to the universe for you to move forward into that clear expression. She placed the task before him, knowing that he was capable of it. The task is placed before you because you are capable of it. And that task that she placed before him was more than just a simple miracle, changing water to wine, his first public one. It was the beginning of his ministry. It was from there the word went out through the servants. The servants were the only one in that gathering that knew what happened. And I'm sure that's where the word started to spread about the ministry of Jesus Christ. Mother power. It is this knowing, this nurturing love of God that brings you exactly what you need for your next step into God's grace. Sometimes these next steps come to us as life's challenges. All of us have our challenges, some greater, some lesser. Within that challenge is the presence of the Divine Mother, directing the service of all of creation to work for you. So this week, friends, take some time in your prayer and meditation and just in your being conscious in your day-to-day life to discern the presence of this Divine Mother in your life. This Divine Mother power, bringing to you the opportunity to express the truth of who you are in a clearer, more purposeful way. Acknowledge this presence in your triumphs and in your challenges, knowing that the Divine Mother love of Spirit sees you only in your full potential as she takes you step by step by step into the fullness of your truth. God bless you. newcomers with us today? Yeah. If you don't mind, will you please stand? We have a blessing for you. Wonderful. Let's all get that spirit wound up. Send it forth with our blessing, as we all say. We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we hold Christ in you. Thanks for being here. I'm so glad that you found us, and we hope that you return and consider this your spiritual home. Ushers, please come forward. This is our time of love offering, a time where we give from our hearts, from our minds, from our souls. It's a time where if you're fiddling through your wallet, you go to the bills in the back. This is a time where we join together in our love offering blessing. I see trees